Guys, welcome back to Predominance Raids. This is Raiden here, bringing you guys another episode in our war recap series. And this was a loss that we took against a clan called 786 Brothers. Not going to spend too much time on it, but basically this is another one that kind of just got away from us, one that ordinarily we should definitely win. And just really sloppy, bad performance kind of all the way through. We had 3 or 4 guys that really gave us a great chance. I think 3 or 4 guys had 6-star wars, and kind of everyone else just had an off war at the same time. Obviously, if you look at it, we beat them on average destruction pretty handily. Did lose the war by 1. So, in terms of what they did to our bases, they were able to 2-star all our Town Hall 11s, so kudos to them. They did 2-star our Town Hall 10s as well, and then they did not get all the Town Hall 9s. So they left Tim, they left BigMeech. Yeah, and this was a small war, 20 versus 20, so your margin of error is much smaller. But you know, when they leave 2 TH9s, that should definitely be a victory for us, especially when we had them on percent. But going over to their side, we really struggled at the top again. Only able to get a 1-star on number 1 and a 1-star on number 2. We did actually get TH11 3-star there, Randy, which we'll show you in a second. And then a TH10 3-star, which was Randy. And then, let's see, I think this 6 was a Town Hall 10 as well. Yeah, 6 was a Town Hall 10. So they did have a little bit of a Town Hall 10 advantage. But either way, we should have won. And we left, 1, 2, 3 TH9s. So that's always going to be the difference. And I feel like we're kind of in a stage right now where we just basically play down to our competition. So if it's a war that's really tough against a very good clan with really good bases, it seems like we really step up to the challenge. Our planning is much better, our execution is much better, much better, excuse me. But when we get kind of this, average, run of the mill, yes, they have anti-3 bases, but just not great. Just seems like we really kind of play down to our competition, and I'd like to see us be able to get a little bit better, but let's not spend too much time on that. Let's just get through and look at some of the really nice attacks we had. And the first one, definitely starting with Randy on number 3. This might be one of our first Town Hall 11 versus 11 triples, and it's basically max 10 defenses. It does have an Eagle artillery. Obviously, you see one of those Inferno towers is on single target, which makes this possible. And this is a pretty common internet base that you'll see, but basically earthquakes open the core. Starts in with shattered golems at the bottom. Really easy funnel here, and it's going to be pretty natural pathing for the witches to be able to stay up through the middle. There's just not a lot of buildings on those exterior corners at 3 and 9. And some more wall breakers come in, which is smart because there's just not a lot of point defense down there. So it didn't need to waste a jump, and then jumps right into the core. Witches behind, some additional wizards for some DPS, and then a delayed Barbarian King. And again, you'll look there, basically you've had some splash damage down at the bottom, but then there's really no more splash damage except those wizard towers at the top other than these mortars. But that's why he pops that Grand Warden ability really early just to get through those mortars there. And now he's basically just on autopilot. Like I said, it's a pretty natural funnel here for the witches. He's going to get a nice split left and right, and then they're going to push redirect towards the middle. And if you see here, just tons of skeletons. Both heroes are still up, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, his Barbarian King's down, but Archer Queen's still at full health with her ability. And we're going to go ahead and speed it up here as the witches just continue to do lots of good work here. Tons of skeletons that you see kind of running through that top section now. Archer Queen staying behind and just picking off defenses left and right. Does get a few skeletons that manage to pop down at that 3 o'clock corner to take out that pretty new Town Hall 11 Archer Tower that he had. And has just enough to get through that splash damage up at the top. Pops the Archer Queen ability. She does die, but he has, I think, 3 or 4 witches still up, plenty of skeletons, and they are being protected there by that Grand Warden ability. So even though, not a good layout, obviously a pretty popular anti-2 form base, I thought it was an excellent attack. Never easy to get Town Hall 11 on 11 triples. So awesome job to Randy. Just been crushing it lately for us. All right, we're going to jump down to SmallThinCoward on number 7. This was their top Town Hall 9. And Coward is a new Town Hall 9 that we picked up actually from a a clan that we had beat before, Normanir, a really good Norwegian clan, and he's been with us for a few wars. And this was, I think, the first attack we had out of the gate, so this was a really nice fresh triple on their top base. And AQ, it's an AQ walk, GoVaHo, I believe. Archer Queen comes down at about 9 o'clock. You'll see a wizard there, and that wizard isn't for funneling. It's actually to help the Archer Queen get through some of those storages a little bit quicker, which was really smart. It stayed out of range out of all those defenses. And then if you look at the placement here of the enemy heroes, about four and 5 tiles off of a wall there, so definitely within range of the Archer Queen, as her range is 5 tiles, so she's going to go ahead and take down both heroes there. Could have used the poison spell on them and probably saved himself the ability, but instead he has to use a rage spell and pop the AQ. Not a big deal. She's going to go ahead and take out a few more defenses and then wrap around. And this is a separated hero attack, so at this point his Archer Queen kind of mission accomplished, and she's just going to go ahead, work this top side, take out some of these exterior buildings, a few more point defense. But then did drop a CB Golem down at about 6:30. I love the wall breakers there, really offset away from all this splash damage, so not going to get picked off. Barbarian King, and I think 7 Valks come down. If you look at where the double giant bombs could be, obviously could be in this section, and you see one go off. They could be in this section, and then there could be some in that kind of core compartment. So the goal is to get the Valks and the Barbarian King and Golem into those sections, and then just use the Hogs in the backside. Does reinforce with a few Hogs at about 6 o'clock as some of those defenses are distracted. And then a bigger group comes in. Now he didn't get those Valks or Golem to push into this compartment, but because he came in with kind of a surgical deployment, even if there was a double giant bomb set, which there is, he just loses, I think, 2 or 3 of them. And even though he doesn't have a heal at this point, he's still got the Archer Queen at full health and still has a Barbarian King and some Valks. And if you look, it's perfect. That Lava Hound is kind of just chasing the Hogs around, not doing much damage, staying away from the Archer Queen. And he's just going to get, at the right time, those Valks and Barbarian King to kind of meet up and give him some additional tanking. And we'll speed it up here. So even though he runs out of Hogs, like I said, got both heroes up and some Valks. And again, 2 poisons, kind of leads me to believe he probably could have used them at some point in the base and been a little bit more efficient with his spells. But for a first impression and a first attack, I thought this was really, really nice, especially on their top TH9. So awesome job to Coward. Great job. I'll just keep saying different ways of saying good job. Great job, awesome job. Man, I can't talk sometimes. All right, we're gonna look at BigMeech. He had a 6-star war, so that was awesome. But we're gonna look at his second attack on 14, because this was against actually the harder layout. It was a lower base, but it was definitely a better layout. And this is I haven't seen one of these in a while, but this was a stoned EQ GoVaHo. So actually 3 golems for the GoVaHo. And again, same type of thing. Obviously, all the double giant bomb threats are on this half of the base, so that's where the kill squad is going to get pushed into. And really not good placement on the Archer Queen. He's trying to keep her away from these double giant bomb sections, but clearly she can just jump a wall. And this was interesting because if you look here at the spell composition, there's only 1 heal left. He actually brought a jump and earthquakes, so he has to be really, really efficient with where that heal is going to go. But you'll see he's just got so much tanking there. So even though there's a lot of DPS with both expos, they're really just targeting golems at this point. Most of these Valks are getting through the base untouched. Nice jump spell comes down, which is going to get him into the AQ and into some of those back-end defenses to tank. And there's really just not a lot of defenses left at this point, at least not a lot of threats. You see 1 double giant bomb set's already gone off. I love this loon here. It just helps with some of the hog pathing, and was trying to get a 1-for-1 trade. Could have been a little bit earlier on it. And then because he cleared out this entire top section, these Hogs are just going to basically work in this direction. And he did use that last and final heal on the Hogs, and has just enough there to reinforce at the bottom. So even though both heroes have gone down, he just got so much tanking, so much value. And again, another example, both poisons here unused. I don't necessarily consider dark elixir spells to be a good use of swag spells. One of them on the skeletons is certainly a good use there, but it makes a lot more sense to use one of them sometimes on those enemy heroes. So just a small critique, but we'll speed it up here. And he just had enough cleanup troops there, so I think he only had 1 wizard, or no, 2 wizards and a minion. But that is plenty, and even though there's basically every storage he has is left on this outer compartment, not a problem. Hogs are very efficient cleanup troops. But again, I thought it was just kind of a cool attack there. A stoned Earthquake GoVaHo, not something that we see all the time. Most of the time we see that either with an Archer Queen walk or just a SCB or a Shattered at the most. Excuse me. I feel like I'm always coughing when I'm doing videos. But all right, let's take a look at two more. We're going to look at Slabo on number 15. And another kind of old school attack here. This is a stoned GoHo this time. So, some of these bases, they were more compact anti-3s, so they just required some simpler attacks. We didn't do as many AQ walks and AQ charges this war. But Golems go down, sets a huge funnel here, so very, very patient before he drops the wall breakers. Also, if you notice, he didn't drop the Archer Queen yet, and the reason why is he doesn't want her to steer off left or right. He wants to make sure he opens up with wall breakers first, make sure those Golems go in, and now that the Golems are being targeted, he can drop that AQ, know she's going to follow right behind. So, really smart. Drops the third Golem there as that first one is getting very low and about to explode. Nice delayed Barbarian King. Really good 7-tile jump spell there to get into the core. Get into basically these double giant bomb sections. So there's 3 different sections he can get into. And then just starts with his surgical deployment at about 7:30, working clockwise. Has the 3 heal spells. And at this point, I think he realized because this entire lower half was already gone, there was only 1 double giant bomb threat remaining. He could just pour in all the hogs from 9 o'clock. Really utilize the full value of the heal spells. And again, look at all these cleanup troops already down nice and early. 4 cleanup wizards, 1 wizard in the core. Still has a golem up tanking. Archer Queen full health and hasn't used her ability. So just absolutely crushed this base. I think he swags this heal spell if I remember correctly. Yeah. Definitely swags the heal spell. I don't know if he lost more than like 2 wizards that raid. That was crazy. But again, Stone GoHo definitely can still be effective. Oh, I didn't even swag it. He just held on to it. Lame. Cheap on Elixir, Wes. All right, we're going to look at Tim on 16. And I know we've shown this base kind of a lot recently, but it's just another way to hit it. This is that really kind of over popular anti-3 base. I call it the general of the anti-3 bases because you see it so much. But pause it really quick. So again, we've seen this a bunch on the channel, but you've got essentially a double giant bomb set that could be there. You've got one that could be here. And normally this air defense is 1 tile more this way, and you have one that could be there, but it looks like a little modified version. And then I guess you could have one in here, which would be kind of a terrible location. But essentially his plan was to AQ walk this bottom section, which is what I almost do every time I see this base. Get her to go this way. And by taking out this archer tower, he effectively eliminates this potential double giant bomb set. And then he's just going to come in with pretty heavy with Valk. So 5 Valk's going to come in with a CB Golem, and then his Valks and his BK over at 9 o'clock with a super efficient jump spell that gets him into basically all the remaining double giant bomb threats. And 20 hogs, it was just absolute overkill here. But let's clear it out and take a look. So again, really easy funnel for the AQ walk here. You know if you drop her anywhere over here at 3 o'clock, once this building's gone, the funnel is created. She will guarantee push down towards 6. If you get this building as well, it's just a bonus. You don't need it. So we're going to speed up the walk here. And guys, I hope the audio quality is a little bit better. Oh, and then, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot here. So this was actually clutch. I think he drops 5 or 6 hogs here. So this is the only remaining double giant bomb threat that he wasn't going to get with his kill squad. So he drops, I think, 6 hogs here to take out those 2 defenses, and then their potential suicide hogs. And there is a double giant bomb set, so they do trigger that. If not, it would at least alert him to the fact that there isn't one. And it also pulls the CC, so huge value there for 5 or 6 hogs. And already starts in with his golem down at 9 o'clock. AQ is working on that golem. They basically had exclusively golems, I think, in their CCs. So about 7 or 8 attacks in, we kind of knew we could plan for golems. Nice poison spell there on the enemy AQ. Really, really good hog deployment there. Drops the last heal spell he had for those Teslas. And then the Archer Queen's still up. He still has both abilities for both heroes. And all the double giant bombs threats have been eliminated, so he knows his hogs are in the clear. So I don't know if he lost more than, 2 or 3 hogs. Just excellent attack. Just showing another way to hit that base. There's a million of them, but really nice, efficient attack by Tim there. All right, I think we're going to look at one more. Yeah, we're going to look at Tim's other one. I normally don't show 2 attacks by the same guy, but Tim had a 6-star war. And this was one of the better attacks we had, so I figured let's throw it in there. So starts, gets a 1-for-1 trade there with a balloon, and then just drops the hog in to pull the CC. And I think this was a clean attack, so he did know there was a hound. And kind of goes old school here with a healer archer trick just to eliminate the hound from the attack. That hound is going to stay nice and occupied there, doing absolutely nothing to these archers. And then comes in here with another GoVaHo, looks like, another CB. So 1 golem. Got to be really, really careful here with this funnel. If you look at this entire row of buildings, they're all touching. Stays really patient before he drops any type of wall breakers or Valks. And at this point, once this gold storage is eliminated, the funnel is wide enough on this side because of this wall piece is basically 2 pieces out. Opens up the wall breakers, sends the Valks and the Barbarian King in, and he is going to get his Archer Queen to walk here. But not a problem. She's actually going to take out some of these high HP storages. And he has a nice heal spell there for his kill squad in the middle. Again, another nice poison on the enemy hero. Just saves his Valks and BK from some unnecessary damage. I like how he dropped the hogs in here from this side first. That was to actually protect his Archer Queen. She was going to be in range of 2 or 3 defenses. Knowing that he wants to keep her up the entire raid to clean, he wisely figured that out and dropped in some hogs there first. And then the rest of his hogs come in over here at about 7:30. He's got 2 heal spells still in the bag. There's just not a lot of defenses left. Good heal spell there on the first one by the Expo. If you look, that hound is still just absolutely doing nothing. It's essentially like he did not have a CC. Archer Queen is still up. Barbarian King and some Valks are still up. And then probably didn't even need this second heal spell. Probably could have swagged it, but really nice giant on there. Normally I'm not a fan of using giants for surgical hogs anymore, but he actually absorbed 3-point defense. Sometimes I see people bring the giant and they just get it down too late. The defenses are already targeting a hog, but did an excellent job there. And then finally, Lava Hound explodes at the end when it's completely over and it doesn't even matter. Oh, and then got a random Archer Queen altar. So again, really nice war, Tim. Great war, Meech, who also had a 6-star war, and then great war to Randy, who had a 6-star war as well up at the top. So we'll shake this one off. Definitely, not a memorable one for us, but we're definitely heading in the right direction lately. And like I said, it just seems like we, can't quite string together the consistency that we need, but we are definitely going to get there. If anybody is interested, we are currently recruiting Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s, and Town Hall 11s, and the recruiting information is available right here. Basically 15 heroes and up for Town Hall 9s, and you got to contact this guy, Perfect Storm 2580 online, for the recruitment and interview process and a trial in our feeder clan Predominance 2. So thanks again, guys, for watching. This is Raiden signing out. We'll see you next time.